Miss Terry Merritt was a chaplain at Union County Jail, and my husband was there as a volunteer doing Bible studies on Thursday evenings. He introduced me to Miss Terry.
I met Terry through ministry. The ministry was in Columbia, South Carolina. Through United Faith Assembly, there was a group of people that were going down. We would have services in different facilities throughout the prison system there.
She had been working for Union County Jail, serving there for quite a while, and she realized that when the women were released, they had nowhere to go once they got back into the community. There was no support for them. And that was different for the men. There were facilities there for men, but nothing for the women.
She wanted the girls to have a place to go, people that they could be around that would minister to them and lift them up, because they were put back out on the streets, and in a matter of days, if not weeks, they would be right back in with the same issues because they had no place to go and be safe.
In 2006, a group of men and women began praying with her that the Lord would just bring this about, bring a facility about for women to be restored through the love of Jesus Christ.
She wanted to have a meeting in Wingate with the town council there, and we went through some battles. First of all, finding a place, and once we found a place, getting it approved, because two of the people on town council lived very close to where the facility was going to be. And when you hear you're going to have a women's facility in your neighborhood to rehabilitate criminals that have been incarcerated, it's not something most people want. But thank the Lord, because we got favor and got approved to do that.
And finally, in October of 2009, the House of Pearls was dedicated.
The property was Miss Merritt digging and looking and finding, and she talked with Miss Fern Schubert, which owned the property, and which was a huge blessing, has been a huge blessing to the ministry, and has done a tremendous amount for them. Terry was so involved with it. She would have everything planned out for those ladies. You'd have prayer meeting. You were not coming in there and goofing off. You were to clean, you were to cook, you were to do your part at that house. The people that came and shared their testimony, you were going to listen to it. The people that came and shared a life skill to help you out, you were going to listen to it. She was very respectful of the people that came and made sure that the girls were there and they participated. And you begin to see things turn and change in the girls' lives.
They asked me to come down and teach a Bible study. So that's how I met her, and she was just so compassionate about getting those girls the Word of God. And I even told her, I said, well, Miss Terry, I said, I'm a little bit skeptical here, or hesitant, I think is the word I use, because I've never taught women. She says, women are a lot different from men in a lot of ways. But when it comes to spiritual matters, they're just like men. They need Jesus and they need the Word of God. And she said, that's all I want you to do. Give them Jesus and give them the Word of God.
Her heart was, let's help these girls. Let's get them on the right road. She was really dedicated and a sold out soldier of the Lord for this ministry. When we really found out the seriousness of Terry's illness, it was really got you down, you know, in a sense, got you down in the spirit, but she was always encouraging and lifting you up, and she still kept ministering through that.
While she was in the hospital one evening, I just sensed an urge from the Lord to just go visit her. And there, Mr. James Smith also was there, and he was the first board president of House of Pearls. And he and I went into Terry and prayed for her. And at that point, I don't think she probably was aware that anybody was in the room with her. But we had the opportunity to thank her and just to say farewell and thank her for all she'd done.
When we heard that she had passed away, we were kind of like, what are we going to do? How are we going to continue this ministry? And we went through some transitional periods there. I mean, there were times when one of the board members was staying and trying to help and keep things going. And we knew that the ministry was ordained of God. It was what God wanted. We just knew that the right person needed to get there. Of course, through the whole period of time and the process that went through, God put exactly who He wanted there, exactly at the time it needed to be there. Miss Delois. She's a blessing of the Lord. She doesn't know how many times I've told people that she is a godsend, that she is definitely the person for the appointed time. God wanted her there, and God has her there for a reason.
When Terry passed and her memorial service took place, Pearl's past and present were there. And of course, you can imagine how devastated they were. They loved her dearly, and Terry loved them, of course. I just looked at all of those women sitting there that day and thought, wow. And these women looked strong and healthy. And Terry had a miraculous part in each one of their lives.
Her legacy is the dozens and dozens of women out there right now that would either be in jail or dead if it wasn't for the House of Pearl. I know she's looking down from heaven smiling on the fact that now we've got 2 homes in 2 different cities. We've got a transition home, and the Lord's blessed with property to build on when the time comes. And so I have no doubt she would be thrilled to death about how it's going.
Terry would be just totally amazed. It's just a blessing to me to have been a part of it and to see what God's doing now. It's awesome. It's awesome. You just can't express it.